tell us about Hits for Heroes.
Okay, great. I'm Angela Dunning, the director of Hits for Heroes, one of the co-founders. We started this organization 13 years ago. So we're excited that this is year 13. It started out just to be a baseball event to try to bring the community together as a way to raise awareness of our military, those who have served and those who are serving. So we just thought, what better way than America's favorite pastime, America's heroes, to bring it all together. And then along the way, if we raise some money, that would be great too. And along the way, we've donated over $500,000 to this point to veteran support programs. We started out just supporting, sponsoring care packages to the USO, and then that grew into several other things. And now we've landed on Jeep Sullivan's Wounded Warrior Outdoor Adventures. We always donate to them. We always donate to a memorial fund for the Night Stalkers. But again, our biggest push from day one and unto today is just the awareness. So we go to the schools, we go to the team meetings, we have a warrior speak, and we just let them tell their stories. You know, we have a lot of men and women still deployed. We have a lot of men and women back that just aren't the same, and they need support. They need help.
So is this what your mission is, kind of helping veterans recover, maybe if they're dealing with mental health issues or physical health issues after they kind of get back?
So that's Jeep Sullivan's mission. And then we donate to that.
Oh, okay. So you are, Hits for Heroes is to raise money for donating to these missions. Okay.
Correct. Awesome. To these other organizations. Yes, that is correct. Ours started out as more of an awareness, and our mission is stated on our website, but it's centered around, you know, an athletic event that raises the awareness. And then what money we raise, we donate to programs like what you just said. And then also the memorial fund that we donate to. We donate to the Night Stalkers Memorial Fund because they were really important in our very first game. They helped us get motivated and helped us get started with this. That Night Stalkers, the 161st. So we always donate to their memorial fund. So yeah, it's just a nice way that we can also get the community together behind one thing. So yeah, it's baseball, but every game we stop in the middle of the middle of the fifth inning, the fifth inning stretch, and we recognize players and coaches on both sides that have military parents or siblings, retired or active. And we present them with a set of dog tags that just say, God bless the USA and Hits for Heroes 2025. And it's just a way of saying, look, we're all in this together. Y'all may be competing on the field, but you're able to compete on the field because we're all in this together. You know, no matter Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever you are, we all have our military to thank for our freedom. So it's a way for us to come together and celebrate that.
And the players who plays in the game? So
we invite teams. It's kind of funny you asked that because it's been all over the gamut over the last 13 years. We've kept it pretty tight with local high schools and local community colleges. So our first games will be with Enterprise Community College and LBW, and then the schools that are playing are local high school teams. So we invite them. Honestly, we like to have teams that believe in our cause and that proudly wear their camouflage jerseys as a way of knowing that they're playing for someone or lots of someone's who have fought for our freedom. So we try to pair up with schools that believe in our mission.
And when is this event happening? And do people have to buy tickets? Is it free? Because I know obviously you're trying to collect money for this cause. So
we start Wednesday. If we can have a miracle change in the weather.
Yeah, it's going to be cold.
Yeah, it's going to be cold, but Wednesday's calling for rain. So if we can avoid the rain, we'll be good. Everybody can bring heaters and blankets. But yes, it's a $5 admission fee at the gate. And that's for everyone. And obviously we'll accept more. A lot of people like to donate there at the gate, and all that money does go straight to our cause. But $5 admission fee for every day. So if you're coming in Saturday to watch one game, you can stay all day.
So it's multiple days you have
Yes. I'm sorry. We start Wednesday. We play Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and all day Saturday.
Oh, okay.
And then in the middle of the day, Saturday at noon is when we'll do our salute to troops, which is also known as opening ceremonies. That's when we'll have a helicopter land in center field, and they bring in the game ball and the flags. It's really cool. Our Friends of Army Aviation bring the helicopter in for us.
Is it Fort
Novaso? This is an independent nonprofit out of there, but they're retired. So it's called Friends of Army Aviation. They've been doing this for us for years. One of our big sponsors is was Scott Applefield with Bojangles and Full Moon. And so he himself is a pilot. And so he has great connections out there. So they'll come in and do a little show, literally. I like to say they dance the helicopter out there, and they do. It's so entertaining. I mean, it's just miraculous too. When you look out in the middle of a baseball field and there's a helicopter landing, it's really cool. So this year, what's neat too is our warrior that's going to throw out the first pitch played in the first Hits for Heroes 13 years ago. He was in high school here in Dothan and went on to serve our country and was injured. He was actually shot during combat in Afghanistan and has now healed and is back in the Wiregrass, owns a business here, he and his wife and their little baby. And so he's going to fly in and throw out the first pitch for us. It's literally come full circle in 13 years.
I was about to say, full circle. That is
really
so
neat.
Exciting. And for you, you said you were a co-founder.
Yes.
Why?
Because I felt like at the time, like I was raised not in a military family. My grandfathers were both military, but my parents were not. But they taught us to respect the flag, to thank our military members. If we see them, don't be shy to say thank you for your service if you see someone in uniform. And we preach that to every team we go to. Like, just tell people you appreciate their service, you know. So after 9/11, you know, we all rocked along as a country. Like, we're not going to forget. And you know, we're going to support our military. And I'm not saying we didn't, but it's just as my kids got to like middle school, I started thinking like, okay, it's slowly starting to just die down, fizzle out. And so what's something we could do as a community? And, you know, there's always with the nonprofits, you always wonder like, where's my money really going and all that kind of stuff. So not that the national ones aren't great. They are. Like the warrior I'm talking about, Hunter Anderson, who's throwing out the first pitch, spoke about how wonderful the USO and Wounded Warrior Project were to he and his family when he was injured. So there's great national organizations, but we thought just something local would be nice too. And so myself, I was the booster club president of my kids' school at the time, and the athletic director at the time was Jim Robbins, and then C&M Sporting Goods, Sammy Maddox, and then he has a veteran that works there at Hicks. We would all sit around and talk about this like for probably 2 or 3 years. Like, we need to do something. Finally that year, we were like, you know what? We're going to do something. And it was just 2 teams that first year. We're like, we're going to do this. And so I had one of my best friends, Happy Devane. She was like, you know what? I'll find out the information about the USO. We can donate there. And that's how I got started. We wanted to raise awareness, and then the money, we were just going to sponsor care packages. But our biggest push was we want to let these kids know that are now middle school, high school age, that now it's their responsibility to carry on the respect and the honor and the gratitude to our military. So this was our way of doing it. So now, you know, we get to go in, we have the privilege of going in some schools even and speaking and have a warrior speak. I think we've been in probably 12 to 15 high school team meetings this year. So that's great. You know, it's a privilege for us, but it's also, it's therapeutic for the warrior that's speaking. And he tells them that, like, it helps them on their healing journey to share their story. But it's also phenomenal for those young baseball players to get to hear like what someone has been through, so they can just freely step on the field and play with no worries, you know? So those are things that I feel like we all, including myself, take for granted. So it's nice to be reminded of occasionally.
And to give back.
Absolutely.
You know, obviously to the people that risk their lives.
Absolutely.
So we can live and have the lives that we do today.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, McKenna, you know, the money's great and we all have to have money. I mean, that's just a fact of life. But what's the most rewarding is when I leave a team meeting with a warrior, or when a warrior steps off the field from the 5th inning stretch. Because when we do those dog tag presentations, it's a warrior that's at that game that does the dog tag presentation. And we read his bio. So we tell his story in a nutshell. But it never fails. You know, there may be 5 kids that have military family members, but when the warrior goes to leave, the whole team clears the bench. They want to come shake his hand, or they want to just say thank you for your service. That goes so far in that man or woman's life that these players may never know. Like, we hear it. They tell us how much they appreciate it. So yes, the money is great, but getting to see that is greater.
The experience.
It's really, really wonderful. And that's what I feel like Hits for Heroes is all about. That's what I think God intended it to be.
That is amazing. I think what you're doing and how you had the inspiration and to just kind of want to do this and give back to those, again, who risked their lives for us.
Who did so much for us. This is the least we can do.
And I don't think we did mention, though, where is it? Where's this happening?
Northcutt Field. So here in Dothan, right out by Westgate Park, at Westgate Park. It's Northcutt Field where the big baseball field is.
Okay. And then what time Will the first game start on Wednesday if weather permitting?
If weather permitting, I believe it's 3:30. I laid my schedule down, but I think it's 3:30. And then the other games usually start around 4. So the high school games Thursday. Thursday we'll have a game at 4 and 7, same as Friday. And then Saturday morning, I think we start at 9 and play all day. But 12 o'clock is the big thing at noon when the helicopter lands. And they're on military time, so they will land at noon. So if you want to get there, make sure that you're there before noon, because you got to, go through the ticket, but not really the ticket booth, but make your donation and then go on in. So,
and you got to make sure you bring the jackets and whatnot.
Bring your jacket, bring your sweater, bring your heater, whatever you have to bring, your blankets. I've even seen people in zip up tents. These
really,
those are the baseball parents that are used to this. I'm so removed from it because my youngest son has been out of school for so long that I don't, all these new things. I'm like, wow, I wish we'd have had that.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so just come prepared. And, another thing that seems so simple, but before every game, we have the national anthem presented. We have someone sing it live. It's just another way to add in, like, let's stop what we're doing. We're not just going to rush through this and start playing baseball. Everybody's going to stop and listen to the national anthem and think about what it means.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll play baseball.
Yeah. And then, if you wanted to say, if people have any more questions about your organization or the schedule, can they find you on social media?
Absolutely. We do have a Facebook page. I'm not sure how that works because I don't know how to use Facebook. And we're also on Instagram, but we have a website, hitsforheroes.org. So it's hitsforheroes.org, and you can pretty much find anything you need there.
Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate you coming out here today.
Thank you.
Letting me know about this event.
Absolutely.
I didn't know it was happening. And I think it is amazing what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And we depend on y'all to help us get it out there. So thanks.
Of course.